Howdy folks, it's been a while since I did a video, but there's been some changes at the ham shack, so I wanted to show you what's going on. I recently installed the ICOM AH-4 external antenna tuner and have kind of like put my dipole antennas to the side for a little while. I've been experimenting with what the AH-4 Alpha Hotel 4 antenna can do. So I was going to basically show you what it looks like and show you a little bit about the antenna. We're here at the DX World, DX Engineering website. This antenna is no longer available directly from DX Engineering. However, you can find new in the box AH-4s, which I did, and you can purchase them through eBay, various other sites. Even if I think you go to the used ham equipment site, you might find one in really good condition. Talk to some of your fellow ham operators to see if they know somebody who's selling one. Anyway, I just wanted you to see that, talk a little bit more about that. The website at DX Engineering still has a lot of great information. Its weight is about 2.6 pounds. Like I said, it will operate from 40 meter to 10 meter with just a whip, an 8-foot whip on the back of your vehicle. It will do the full 80 to 6 on a 125-foot wire, which is what I have. So yeah, I think the shortest wire is 23 feet long, but in my particular case, I used the 125 foot. The wire that I was using was the super antenna wire. That's this stuff right here. This is the MS135 super wire from the company. It's called Super Antenna. They do a great job. It's steel copper clad wire, so it won't stretch on you. I usually use a couple of dog bone insulators, plastic insulators at both ends, and then just feed it a few inches in from the lower end. So it goes into, so first I have the wire installed and clamped in place with a little stainless steel cleats, if you will, through the insulator, and then clamping it down. And then I just tapped into that few inches from that tension with the short 3-foot piece of wire that goes to the antenna tuner. So basically it's tuning the whole entire length, and this little piece here is nothing. It doesn't account for anything at all. As long as you're not too far up into the wire, you're within 6, 8, 10 inches of the clamped end. It's basically the same thing as feeding it at the clamped end. So anyway, this particular wire is what I've been using. So what I plan to do is come out and go outside and show you a little bit of the hookup and my 100-foot line back into the shack. So we'll see you then. So here is the AH-4 mounted. Goes up to this line right here. You can see I tied in here, and the line goes all the way up to that tree right about there. Total 125 feet. And there's another insulator and a piece of poly line. So the line doesn't actually meet the tree. the antenna line. It hits the insulator right about 8 feet from the top of the tree, and then the rest is polyline, and the polyline goes around the back side of the tree. But going back to here, you can see the terminal here. I have a little bit of RTV, and I keep the water out. This rubber boot comes with the antenna kit. And as far as the connections, go down here, and you can see I have a DC choke, or I should say an RF choke here. This is the coax going in, goes into this gland, and then the control line here has a couple of snap-on chokes. It goes up into the unit, and then I installed I guess that's about a 1/2 inch wide copper braid, and this braid goes down directly underneath it, then kind of over the fence out that way behind these bamboo trees. So that line is approximately, I want to say 14 feet, maybe 15 feet long, and it's just draped along the ground. As far as the routing, the control cable that they give you is only, I don't know, 13, 14 feet, or maybe 20 feet. It was really short, so you have to find a cable that's suitable and extend it. And so what I did was I extended it, and it goes along this bamboo all the way to the back of my ham shack and through a window and into the ICOM 7300. And that's pretty much it. That's the install. And we'll go inside the ham shack and operate it a few times. So see you there. All right, we're in the ham shack. Here's my ICOM 7300. Let me turn the volume down. So as far as the antenna tuner is concerned, this 4-pin connector on the back of the 7300, that's where the control cable comes in. I have a couple of ferrite beads on it, just to reduce any unwanted RF. This is the coax coming in from the tuner. Again, another little toroid before it goes into the radio. It's always good to have filters on all your stuff. I even got one here on the DC 12 volts coming into the ICOM 7300. But just like normal, you want to hit the tuner button for 1 second. This tunes the outdoor unit just like that. So 1 second, and now we're tuned. And there's a few people out there on the radio. We're on the 17 meter band. We can try to make a few contacts, I guess. Let's give it a shot and see what happens. You never know, you know. And one more tune. W6DQW. We're going to see if we can make a contact at this. We're going to make a contact in this net and see who responds.
Oh yeah, Bud, you might need to help me because I got the beam looking northeast. Dan, Mr. Dan, Whiskey 6 Delta Kilo Whiskey, San Diego. Dan, if you can hear me, we'd like you to call.
All right, all right. This is Whiskey 6 Delta Kilowatt Whiskey, San Diego. Who hears me?
59 Nebraska, 55, Long Island, New York. 58, North Carolina. You're loud in Florida.
Okay, got a lot of people, mostly East Coast, Florida, Long Island, and everybody in between. So thanks a lot.
All right, Mr. Dan, I turned the beam around a little bit there. You're off the quarter of it, but yeah, you're about 59 over here. Have a great evening, my friend, and a great weekend, okay?
All right, Tom, you take it easy.
Thanks for joining us. Uncle Bud, did my signal come up?
All right, let's turn the volume down on the radio here, and I'll show you some other things about this shack. So, my shack is kind of interesting. I got SDR set up here, which I sometimes use when I'm sitting here in the shack chair, but this is my SDRplay, and it goes to an SDR TR-RX switch. Every time I key up, it kills the SDR, so you can see the green light go out. That basically takes the SDR and dumps it into a dummy load, so I barely hear myself. There's still a little bit of myself leaking in, but at least I'm not overloading the SDRplay. Over here is the laptop that kind of drives the 7300. And what I mean by drive is I'm running this software called WF View. And WF View allows you to, through a USB port, connect to the 7300 and display the waterfall. And you can also talk from this laptop. I would call this the local laptop because it's local to the radio. There's a USB cable that runs around and goes into the laptop. However, this is not my operating position. I'm using this as a local laptop from which I run another laptop inside the house, a remote laptop, if you will. That one stays in the living room, and I connect to this one over Wi-Fi, and I'll show you that in a second, to the ICOM 7300, and then out the ICOM antenna, the IH-4. Let me go outside, and I'll show you that real quick. On the back side of the ham shack, I have a really nice 2.4 gigahertz antenna. This is a 13-inch by 13-inch panel antenna, and that antenna, along with a little Wi-Fi dongle plugged into the side of the laptop, that allows me to connect to the house, which is right there. This is the garage, that's the house. So this 2.4 antenna allows me to get that connection. Otherwise the signal would be too low. So we'll go into the house real quick, and I'll show you the final position that I actually operate. All right, 9 times out of 10, I will be operating from this position. I'm on the couch with my laptop that's connected over Wi-Fi with the other laptop that's in the shack. So yeah, generally I'm just sitting here on the couch, got the other half sometimes sitting next to me reading a book or whatever, and I'm enjoying radio just right here on the couch. Now you can see this is the second copy of WF View, and it's tied over the network to the first copy. Both are free, actually, free tools. And what we do is we can command and control the radio from here. We have a waterfall, and what I'll do is I'll make this full screen, and we'll be able to take a look at it a little bit more closely. All right, so this is what WFU looks like full screen. You can see pretty decent waterfall up here. You can actually control the height of the floor of the waterfall, or basically the lowest signal. And you can also do the highest signal. So at the top of the graph here, it's 100, and at the bottom it's like 30. I guess that might be like percent to full scale, I guess. So you have mode here, obviously, lower sideband, upper sideband, all the modes, whether data mode is on or off, the 3 IF filters that are possible in the ICOM 7300, and whether the roll-off is sharp or soft on those filters. I never even knew this existed, but apparently you can make the knee or the curve of the filter either sharper or softer just by flipping the switch, I guess, here. So this is signal level coming in, and this is also when you're transmitting, this will change to output power. Plus some of the other controls, noise blanking, compressing, noise reduction, that kind of stuff, they're all here. This is the tune button. If I click that like that, it will go into the tuning procedure and retune the antenna one more time. If this is highlighted with a square box inside, I know the antenna tuner is actually functioning. If it's grayed out, that means tuning failed, and I can either retry tuning again or maybe go somewhere else in the band and try tuning again. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. We'll probably be making some more videos in the future. W6DKW, I'm out.